Well, we all know how vicious Michigan winters truly can be, and they make driving especially dangerous, from icy roads to low visibility. But today, we're joined by personal injury attorney Steve Sinas to help us understand what drivers should do if they're involved in a winter weather crash. And he's here with us today. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming back in. Now, winter crashes, Steve, seem sometimes, I hate to say it, almost unavoidable. But what should drivers keep in mind during this time of year?
Well, the drivers should keep in mind what Michigan law requires them to do. And actually, if they do that, they're going to be safer out there on winter roads. So the law requires that you clean off your car. So make sure you get the snow off, the ice off. Don't try to drive while it's defrosting, right?
Right.
So you can see the road. And actually, the law requires you to travel lower than the speed limit if the conditions require you to do so.
Okay.
So don't just get out there and drive the speed limit. Drive cautiously, drive defensively. And if you do that in winter conditions, you have less of a chance of getting in a crash.
And can I just say, sometimes getting up and giving yourself that extra 20, 15 minutes can make all the difference.
All the difference.
So this way you're not rushing. You're making sure you take time to get all the snow off your car. Can I tell you what a pet peeve of mine is? I just absolutely hate it when I'm driving behind someone and I'm watching the snow fly off. And literally, like you said, it can literally save someone's life.
And it's actually illegal, too. So take the time to protect yourself, follow the law, and everybody will be safer.
That's right. So if someone, unfortunately, is involved in a winter accident, what steps should they take right away?
Well, they need to check in with their body. How are they feeling? If they feel like they're injured, then they need immediate medical attention. They should be thinking about calling 911 if people haven't done so already. They also are obligated to call law enforcement. So you have to think through a lot at that scene, but you should be thinking about, how are you feeling? Do I need to get to the hospital? If you don't go to the hospital, then you should probably get checked out by your general physician, say the next day after you've had some rest. Injuries can set in even after the fact.
Right.
So you have to just really keep track of what's going on with yourself, and also make sure that all the information is being collected about the crash through law enforcement or anyone else who's investigated the crash.
And I'll tell you, I've been in a car accident myself, and there's so many different things that are going through your mind in the very beginning. But I'm glad that you said, hey, the very first step, check in with yourself.
Right.
How are you feeling mentally, physically, and whatnot? And then, like you said, even if you can't go to a doctor right away, tomorrow you might start feeling that pain that you didn't feel initially.
Right.
So I love the fact that, like you said, that's the first thing that we have to think about. But when is it exactly time for us to reach out to a personal injury attorney?
Well, if you've been seriously injured, and it's not your fault, you really need to think about getting an attorney involved, because evidence does make a difference. We have this standard called negligence, and we have to look at all the evidence and see who was acting with a reasonable care. There could be allegations that perhaps you were driving in a way that wasn't with reasonable care. Ice and snow changes the analysis.
Right.
So you need to get that information to pursue the rights you have against the at-fault driver, and it also really helps get an attorney involved, because the Michigan no-fault system is incredibly complex, and you have important rights and benefits to pursue through that system, and an attorney can really help guide you through that.
All right, well, thank you for guiding us through this conversation this afternoon, and you've only scratched the surface. If there's more that you want to know, you can head on over to the information listed below. Plus, we'll have it on WILX.com tonight. But thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
And drive safe, everybody.